Okay, so today we're starting Unit 3, which is our linear equation and linear function unit. And a lot of this will be review from 8th grade and 7th grade because y'all talked about linear functions and graphs and linear functions back then. So I'm trying, that's why if it seems like I'm going really fast, I am, because you should know these things. Or at least you have seen them before, right? Right? Okay, so first thing, every linear function has something called a slope, right? Slope refers to how steep a line is. What's the variable we always use for slope? M, okay? So if you ever see M in math, most of the time it's being referred to slope. All right? I Googled it one time, why M for slope? It don't even sound right. And that's because there was some French word that started with M that talked about the steepness of a mountain. Okay? So it's French. I don't even know what the word is, and I couldn't say it if I tried. But there's some French word that starts with M that talks about the steepness of a mountain, so that's why we use M for slope. All right. So the formula for slope is M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You need to memorize this by like Wednesday. I think we're supposed to have a quiz on Wednesday, which is just day after tomorrow. Yep, quiz on day 3, which is Wednesday. All right. So if you don't know what the 2's and the 1's stand for, that just means the second y value, the first y value, the second x value, and the first x value. So best way to use it is just to see it in an example. So look at number 1. I am still frozen. I'm apologizing. There we go. So on example 1, we want to find the slope of the line between the points 1, 1, and 4, 3. Okay, so we're going to use our formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, my rule about writing the formula is I want you to write it every time you find a slope until after your quiz on Wednesday. Make 100 on your quiz on Wednesday. You can stop copying the formula every time. Okay? 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 But that's 100, not a 99, not a 90. Make 100 on it, and then you stop writing the formula every time. Okay? All right. So to me, it's easiest to label my coordinates. All right. Every ordered pair is an X and then a Y, right? Right? Okay. And if they're in the first coordinate, then they are the 1's. If they're in the second ordered pair, they are the 2's. Easy as that. The first ones are 1's and the second ones are 2's. So then I just fill into my formula. What number is Y2? 3. And you always put a minus there. And what number is Y1? 1. Fraction bar, what number is x2? 4. Minus what number is x1? 1. And then you simplify your numerator and your denominator by subtraction. What is 3 minus 1? 2. Over what's 4 minus 1? And then your last thing is make sure your fraction is simplified. Is 2/3 a simplified fraction? Yes, then you say equals m, and there's your slope. So this line has a positive slope between 1, 1, and 4, 3. All right, that's it. Then they start throwing negatives at us. All right, that's no big deal to us, right? So we want to find the slope of the line this time between the point -2, 4 and 10, -2. So first thing we're going to do is write down the what? Formula. M equals y2 minus, whoa, Miss Isabel, Monday, minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Label it if you need to. xy, xy, 1, 1, 2, 2. So what number is y2? -2 minus what number is y1? 4. Over what number is x2? 10 minus what number is x1? I'm going to use parentheses and I'll fix it in a second, okay? Bless you. And then I simplify. What's -2 minus 4 in the numerator? -6. What does minus a negative change to? A plus. So 10 plus 2 is 12. And what does -6 over 12 reduce to? -1/2. So always reduce your slope. Everybody okay with that? Is everybody okay with the minus and negative changes to a plus? But didn't I show that minus and negative right there? Yeah, okay? That's a very common mistake is people leaving off one of the negatives or go ahead and change it to a plus but leaving that one negative. So that's why I just write them like they're supposed to be and then change them when I go to simplify. All right. That's what works for me. All right, this one they gave us a few more negatives. What do we need to do first to find the slope? Write the formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What number is y2? Yeah, I didn't label them. Y'all can label them on y'all's paper. Minus what's y1? 5 over what's x2? -8 minus what's x1? -4. So any questions about how I plugged in the numbers to my formula? All right, so on the numerator, what's -5 minus 5? -10. And what is -8 minus -4 change to? -8 plus 4. And what's -8 plus 4? -4. And then we reduce that fraction. It's okay that it's improper. We're going to leave it improper. Do what? Yep, a negative divided by negative is a positive. So, yep, it will be positive. Very good. What are they both divisible by? 2. What's -10 divided, or just 10 divided by 2? 5, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 5 over 2. So yeah, if you have a improper slope, that's okay. You do not want a mixed number slope. You do not want a mixed number slope because it rise over run, right? All right. Okay, let's do number 4. I was going to skip it, then I'll say, no, we need to do it. It looks easy, doesn't it? All positive numbers must be a catch, right? Must be a catch. Miss Isbell would not go from having a bunch of negatives to all positives without there being a catch. Because, I mean, come on, it's supposed to get harder. All right, what's y2? What's y2? 9 minus what's y1? 9 over what's x2 minus x1? 5. And what's 9 minus 9? 0 over what? -2. What is 0 divided by -2? It is 0. The slope is 0. What does it mean if a slope of a line is 0? It's what? All lines are straight, even slanted ones. Which one? Okay, so a positive slope, think about it. It's horizontal. Okay, so let me get me a different color pen real quick. What do y'all think? So a positive slope, we're about to learn in a second, goes up from left to right, right? A negative slope goes down from left to right. Well, isn't 0 in between positives and negatives? So what do you think it would be? It'd be horizontal. Memorize this before Wednesday. When the slope is 0, you have a horizontal line. Now, I am going to highlight this. When the slope is 0, the line is horizontal. What if your x is what? Okay, I'm about to show you now. Good thinking. Good thinking. Good thinking. Like this one, Cooper? Yeah, I read your mind. That's what it is. You know, last semester when I wrote this on here, I read your mind. Fortune teller, right? Right. Okay, so let's find the slope of this one. So, yeah, y'all see the x's are the same, right? Right? Earlier the y's were the same. Okay, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What is y2? Minus what is y1 over what is x2 minus what is x1. Negative. Look at all them negatives on the bottom. They don't scare me. What's 5 minus 8? Negative 3 over, isn't that negative 7 plus 7, the double negative? What's negative 7 plus 7? 0. What's negative 3 divided by 0? It is not 0. Who has a calculator? Y'all ain't listening. Who has a calculator? Do it right now. Negative 3 divided by 0. I'm going to do it. Hang on. Hang on. Let me do it. Up here for all to see. Good Lord. I have 50 windows open. Calculation fails. Hang on. Mine's not waking up. Come on, calculator. Wake up. I know it's Monday. All right. Go back home. Negative 3 divided by 0. Oh, Lord. Here I am double tapping. I forget I got a fancy one now. Error. Did y'all get an error? Because, and it tells you why. It's mathematically impossible to divide by 0. Right? So the slope is not negative 3. It would tell me it was negative 3. Yeah. So if you divide by 0, the slope is undefined. What kind of line has an undefined slope, do you think? A vertical, right? Because a vertical line is so steep, you cannot measure how steep it is. It's perfectly steep, right? Right? There's no measure to it. So that is a vertical line. Whoa, go away. So let's talk about this. So you've got to know when it's 0 and when it's undefined and what kind of line that means. You've got to memorize it. You will need this information in geometry. You will need this information in algebra too. You will need this information in college algebra. All right. So let's just talk about it. Here's how I remember it. Here's how I remember it. Okay? If you work it out and your 0 is on top, that's the answer. Okay? If 0 is on top, that's the answer. It's on top, it's the boss. It's in charge. It's the answer. Okay? If 0 is underneath, it's undefined. Underneath, undefined. Get it? I see on the light. Start with you, right? If 0 is underneath, it's undefined. And then you need to memorize horizontal is when slope is 0. Vertical is undefined. Here's how I kind of remember it. Horizontal has an O in it. I mean, I think of stupid ways to remember things, y'all, but it helps me. 0 has an O in it, and U and V go together in the alphabet. I mean, horizontal has an O in it. Sorry. Horizontal has an O in it, and U and V go beside each other in the alphabet. That's how I remember it. Okay? Got it? That's just how I remember it. Uh-oh. Obviously, you're not going to try that one because I erased the problem. Y'all do number 2, find the slope. Whoopsie. I accidentally erased the problem. Y'all try number 2, find the slope. Simplify it. All that good stuff. Use the formula. Good job, Miss Isabel. Erasing an example. Sure y'all don't mind. Monday morning, not even 8:15, Miss Isabel's done did 20 examples. Good Lord, how much coffee she had. I know. Check it with somebody. Check your slopes with somebody. It should not be horizontal or vertical. So there you go. All right. Can I just make a comment and see if y'all agree with me? Most of the time, if we miss a slope problem, it's not because we don't know how to get a slope. It's most of the time because we can't add and subtract. I mean, that's harsh, but isn't that the truth? Yeah, we forget a sign rule, right? Right? So usually that's our problem. Usually y'all plug into the right place, but you just can't simplify your sign or something, right? So that goes back to basic skills that we need to make sure we are practiced up on for class. All right. What number is my y2 number? -2 minus what is y1? 13 over what is x2 minus what is x1? -4. And then I simplify. What's -2 minus 13? -15. 6 minus -4 changes to what? 6 plus 4, which is 10. And does that fraction simplify? Yeah, they're both divisible by what? So what's the simplified answer? -3 over 2. Raise your hand if you got -3 over 2 for your slope. Even with help, if you got it, we're good. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So y'all, that was straight up finding slope. Now, we're going to find a missing x or a y value, but we're given the slope. So we're going to use our slope. We're going to use our formula for slope to help us find this time a missing x value. Y'all with me? Okay. So we know the slope now. This slope is 2, right? So let's write our formula to start with. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I'm just for this example, I'm going to label everything. I said I was. I'm skipping around. X, Y. Stop skipping. X, Y. 1s and 2s. So what x is missing? X2. Y'all with me? All right, so I'm going to plug everything in my formula that I've got. All right, so what is my M? 2. So I'm going to write 2 equals. So you got to use your formula. You're not finding, or you got to use your slope. You're not finding the slope. You got the slope, so you got to use it. What number is y2? 6 minus, what is y1? -2 over, what is x2? What's x2? X minus, what's x1? -3. And that looks kind of junky, so we're going to simplify that. Y'all with me? So 2 equals 6 minus -2 is 6 plus 2, right? Which is 8. Over x minus -3. Isn't that x plus 3? All right, do y'all see how I got to 2 equals 8 over x plus 3? Well, 2 is a whole number, right? Huh? You good with that? So I can put 2 over 1, can't I? And now it looks like something we've done before in here called what? Proportion. 2 fractions that equal to each other called a proportion. Right? How did we solve proportions in Unit 1? Cross multiplied, right? Yeah, we did. We done did this, right? Okay, we done did it. Yeah, that too. We done did it and we done it. All right. So, I'm going to come up here because I'm out of space. Cross multiply. Now, what did I tell you to do if you had a plus or a minus with your variable? Do y'all remember? I told you to set it up like what? Distributive property. So 2 parentheses x plus 3 equals 1 times 8 is what? 8. And then we just solve the equation. What is this crap over here? I don't even know what you are. Go away. All right, so 2 times x is 2 times 3 equals 8. Now it's a little 2-step equation. So what do I do now? Subtract 6. 2x equals 2. Divide by 2. And x equals 1. And you can check it over here. 1 plus 3 is 4. Is 8 over 4 equal to 2? Yes. So, use the formula. Plug in all the pieces. Simplify all your subtractions. And then solve the proportion. That's it. That's how you find a missing piece. So, this x value is complete right here. So, that's the order of pair 1 6 instead of today. All right. Here we go. No. Some of y'all are looking at me with puzzled looks. I ain't skipping nothing till y'all look at me and smile. All right. Feel like a lot of dolls. Okay, let's fill it all in. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What's my M this time? -1/5 equals, what is y2? 8 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, x. And the only thing I can simplify is 8 minus 7. Y'all agree? Okay. So -1/5 equals what? 1 over 11 minus x. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? All I did was simplify my subtraction. Now we have a proportion, so we do what? Cross multiply. So on one side, I'm going to come over here. I'm out of space again. -1 times 11 minus x equals 5 times 1 is 5 times 1 is 5. Good. Then I multiply everything by -1 in parentheses, right? What's -1 times 11? -11. What's -1 times -x? Positive x equals 5. Now, how do I solve for x? Add 11. X equals what? 16. So 16 is the x value that we plug in there to give those points a slope of -150. And you can check it right here. 11 minus 16 will be -5. So 1 over -5 is the same thing as -150. So good, y'all. Oh, now we get to find a y because we ain't found a y yet. Well, I got to give y'all the full rounded education here. Do me scroll, Kendall? Yeah. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. We're not even a third of the way done. It's only 8:20. We still got a whole hour. What number is that? I don't know. No, I mean, what number is it? -3, -4, -5, y. M is -9/2. Sorry. All right, I'm going to write the formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, what number, why am I putting an equal sign? What goes in for M? -9/2 equals, what is y2? Y. Then we say it's y. Minus, what is y1? -4 over what's x2? -5 minus -3. Any questions about how I plugged everything in? Okay, let's simplify. So I'm going to keep -9/2. What does y minus -4 change to? Y plus 4. And, okay, -5 minus -3 is -5 plus 3, right? And what is -5 plus 3? -2. So is everybody okay with how I simplify from here to here? Now we have a proportion. How do we solve a proportion? Cross multiply. So I'm going to do the one with the variable first. So that's 2 times parentheses y plus 4 equals, what's -9 times -2? Positive 18. Is everybody okay with that step? Now what do we do? Distribute. What's 2 times y? 2y. What is 2 times 4? 8 equals 18. Very good. So 2y equals 10, and then y equals 5. And I'm going to plug it in over here and check it. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 over -2 is the same thing as -9/2. Right? Y'all try that one. You're finding y1 looks like. Not in this class, my friend. What if we pulled out the quantity equation from the big All right, if you got your Y value, check it with somebody. Take one fast. It's late. All right, so what's the slope they gave me on this problem? 1/3, right? Equals, what is y2? Y'all are not participating. What is y2? Minus y1. Y over x2 minus x1. -3. So everybody okay with how I plugged it in? All right, so 1/3 equals, I can't simplify -2 minus y, leave it alone. That, what does that change to in the denominator? 9 plus 3, which is 12. So is everybody okay with how I simplified those fractions? Cross multiply. I'm going to do the one with the variable first. 3 parentheses, -2 minus y equals 1 times 12 is, and then I do what? All right, and then I add my 6. Divide by -3. Raise your hand if you got y equals -6. Are there any questions? He's on top of it today. He drank his coffee and ate his Wheaties. All right. Does everybody have a handout? Everybody have a handout? All right. So next, so far we have been using our slope formula to find either missing coordinates or to find the actual slope. Now we're going to have to practice getting the slope from actual graphs. So I thought it was easier to have those in front of you already graphed and y'all copy them from my screen, right? Y'all agree? Yep. So that's why this part has a handout. We will need more notebook paper in a little bit, so I would not put anything away. All right, rate of change. Let's just talk about that is. A rate of change is a ratio that shows how one variable changes with respect to another. So I'm going to write that down. Y'all can too. A ratio that shows how one variable changes with respect to another. Rate of change is a ratio that shows how one variable changes with respect to another. Now, do we remember way back then when we on a linear graph, this is called the slope of the line. So anytime you see the word rate of change, I want you to think slope. In a word problem, I don't care where it is. If you see rate of change, I want you to think slope. Rate of change means slope. And I just erased half my letters. What the heck? Go back. There we are. Rate of change means slope. Okay, if it's a graph, it means slope. If it's a word problem, it means slope. Rate of change means slope. Okay. So we're just going to fill in a little bit here. Hang on, sorry. Got to get my pen back to working. Go away. What the heck? I don't know how to get this go away. Technical difficulties. All right, I'm losing half my screen here. Go away. Go away, touch screen thing. I don't know how to make it go away. Now I'm getting more crap up here. I am. And I just said crap on YouTube. Ooh, I'll mark that it's not kid friendly. It's okay. Okay. Okay, whatever. I'll just have that up there. All right, slope is written as a ratio. What's another word for ratio? Starts with an F. Y'all don't like them very much. Fraction, yeah. Slope is written as a ratio of the vertical change, which is the rise, to the horizontal change, which is the run, between any 2 points on a line. This remains constant for any 2 points on the same line. So that's another clue word. If you're doing a word problem, which we'll get to at the end of this unit, and it says something that's moving at a constant rate, that means slope. Okay? For any 2 points on the same line, slope is written as a fraction in simplest form. And we already know that. And we use what variable for slope? M. I wish I could get that to go away, but it's not working. There it goes. All right, there are 4 types of slopes. 4 types, right? They are positive. But I'm putting these in the little blanks below. I'm putting some draw pictures in a minute. Negative, 0, and what's the other one? Undefined. All right, so positive slopes go up from left to right. Okay. Positive slopes go up from left to right. Negative slopes go down from left to right. We just learned zeros are horizontal. And undefined slopes are vertical. You need to memorize this. Okay. So is everybody okay with the 4 types of slopes? If it goes up from left to right, positive, down from left to right is negative. If it's a horizontal line, it's 0. It's a vertical line, it's undefined. All right. So if we want to find an exact slope from a graph, we're not going to use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You could. You could locate your 2 points and use the coordinates and use that formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 if you want to. Okay? But it's quicker if they give you a graph to use rise over run. So over there to that little left box, do y'all see that on your paper? Put that M equals rise over run. Sorry, I didn't put that in my screen. All right. I don't know if y'all can see these on your paper, but it does have 2 points on number 1. I'm going to do it with my red. Can you see them right there? They're just not very fat. If you want to, you can make them fatter. All right, so we're going to do rise over run. Okay? Now, you always do slopes left to right. You always run to the right so your slope won't be wrong. Okay? You always run right. Don't be wrong, run right. Okay? But first, we're going to rise, or we go up or down. Up. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my rise is positive 7. Do y'all agree? Over. I'm running to the right how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then does 7 over 4 simplify? No, that's simplified. 7 over 4 is my slope. Well, you're about to do a whole worksheet of them. Just a second. Just remember, you always go left to right, just like you read words on a page. Left to right. Okay? All right, so number 2. If you can't see them, the points are right here in the corner and then down right here. Rise over run. So I start with the left point. Do I go up or down to rise? I rise down. 1, 2, 3. Y'all agree? So my rise is negative 3. And I go to the right how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And does that simplify to what fraction? Negative 1/3. And just also double check, this slope is negative, so it should be going down from left to right. This slope is positive, so it should be going up from left to right. You can do a triangle, I don't care. I know. Here. You can do a triangle if you want to, as long as you don't get it wrong. You need to draw a triangle? I don't care if you draw a triangle. Okay, number 3, you should not even have to do rise over run. You should be able to look at number 3 and tell me what the slope is. Yeah, it's a horizontal line, isn't it? You just need to know, hey, that slope is 0. I have memorized that because Miss Isbell told me to. And I go on my life. Right? Okay. Number 4, what kind of line is that? It's vertical line, slope is undefined. Equals undefined. Miss Isbell told me to memorize that, and I did, so I don't have to count nothing. Number 5. Staying alive. All right, left to right. On number 5, do we go up or down from left to right? You go up. How many? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the right? 3. So what's the slope? 5. Is that simplified? Okay. Number 6, my points are here and here. What's my rise on number 6? Negative 3, and I go over to the right what? 1. Now, if you want to leave that negative 3 over 1, that's fine, or you can simplify it to negative 3. Technically, no, because when we're doing slope-intercept form tomorrow, we're going to prefer it to be a fraction. Yeah. As long as it's not like negative 3 over 6 in a fraction that will reduce. Does that make sense? If you leave it over 1, I'm usually good with that. All right, I want y'all to quickly do the rest of the page. 7 through 16. Like 5 minutes. If it goes down, you don't go to the left. You start with the left point, go to the right. So always start with this formation. Now, always start with the left point and go to the right point. That way you're always running right. When you get them all done, give me a thumbs up. Oh my goodness. You don't even need 5 minutes. I only needed 2 minutes. No, that's not 5 minutes. You don't need 5 minutes. I got something fun for us to do next. Always. All right, number 7. Now, y'all, something to keep in mind. Always start with the left point and go to the point on the right. Left to right. This one comes first, then this one. Does that make sense? Okay. On number 7, do you rise up or down? How many? And to the right, how many? Does that reduce? So the slope is 2 or 2 over 1. Raise your hand if you got m equals 2 or 2 over 1. Okay. Number 8 should be a negative slope, right? Yeah, you should be able to look at it and tell positive or negative at least. So you're going down from left to right. Down how many? And to the right, how many? And what does that reduce to? -1. Raise your hand if you got -1 for number 8. All right, number 9, up or down? Down how many? And to the right, how many? And that will not reduce. So raise your hand if you got -3/4 for number 9. Number 10, up or down? Down how many? And to the right. Raise your hand if you got -5 over 1 or -5 for number 10. Good job. Number 11, no brainer. What's the slope on number 11? Undefined. Memorize it. Vertical line is undefined. Number 12, up or down? Up how many? To the right how many? And that will not reduce. So raise your hand if you got 2/3 for number 12. 13, up or down? Up 1. And to the right how many? And that will not reduce. Raise your hand if you got 1/4 for 13. All right, number 14, up or down? Down how many? Over. And what's that reduced to? Raise your hand if you got -1/2 for 14. All right, 15, up or down? Up how many? 2. And to the right how many? And what does that reduce to? 1/3. Raise your hand if you got m equals 1/3 for number 15. And number 16, the slope is what? 0. Raise your hand if you got them all right. Raise your hand if you only missed one. Raise your hand if you thought that was really easy. All right, good job. Good. Notebook paper. Oh, yeah. We rolling today. All kinds of things about a graph. All kinds of things. Most of it was review. That slope part where you had to find the missing extra y might have been new, right? Right. Other than that, the rest of it should be review from old stuff. Say, oh my gosh, Miss Isabel, that was so middle school. Or that was so junior high. Or that was so 2 years ago. Another formula for you to memorize. Y equals mx plus b. Raise your hand if you've heard of that. Should be all of us, yeah. Yeah. Y equals mx plus b is the formula for slope-intercept form of a line. And M represents the slope. What does B represent? Y-intercept. What does a y-intercept mean? Where your line crosses the y-axis. Very good. And an x-intercept is where you cross the x-axis. We talked about that when we did zeros of a polynomial last unit, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because they use y for the name of the function. That's fine. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Okay. So these next two things, y'all, should be the easiest thing. Well, those slopes y'all just did were easy, but this is easy too. They give you the slope and the y-intercept, and you have to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. No, it's not, but you know, let's just enjoy it for the moment, right? I mean, y'all just wait till we see these word problems about Friday. I'm excited. All right, so the slope is 2. What letter represents slope? The M does, yeah. And the y-intercept is -4. What letter is the y-intercept? B. And you leave y and x alone. So y equals what goes in for M? 2. Put your x after your slope. What goes in for B? Don't write plus negative, just put -4. And there you go. Boom, boom, boom. That's put the M in the M spot and the B in the B spot. That's it. That's it, right? That's an equation. You can't. You got 2 variables. You can't solve it with 2 variables. All right. That's it. Just write it. We're not solving for nothing. We ain't got enough to solve for. Thank goodness. We'll save that for tomorrow, right? Or the next day. Or the next. We ain't got time for that. You got a benchmark coming into this month, so we're going. So y equals, what's my M? -1/4. X, what's my B? +5, so we say +5. Yeah, so if your B is positive, put a plus here. If your B is negative, put a minus here. Don't put double signs. Don't put plus or plus minus. That's not simplifying. Okay? What's next? Oh, use a graph. Okay. We can do this. Just look. Can y'all just look? Can y'all just look? I'm going to zoom it, though. I'm going to zoom it. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to make it a little bit. I'm going to do it with you. It's easier when you get your own paper, isn't it? Okay, do y'all see that y? I put an arrow on it. You see this is the y-axis. And this is the x-axis. All right, what 2 things do you need to write the equation of a line? We need M and B. Okay? So I need to do slope like I've been doing. So I rise up or down? Up how many? 1, 2, 3. I run to the right how many? 1. So my slope is 3/1, which is just 3. How do you find a y-intercept for my graph? The y-axis, is it -1, 2, 3, 4? Y'all see that? I know it's hard to see. I apologize. But it beats y'all having to draw it, right? So if you know M and B, can you write your equation? So, whoopsie. So I plug it into y equals mx plus b. So y equals what goes in for m? 3x and then -4. Boom. Rise over run for your slope if they give you the graph. Look for the y-intercept for your b. Okay. This time I have blue dots already. All right. I need 2 things. What are they? M and B. Yeah. Like McNary Bobcats. All right. See, the Cardinals can't use that. They suck. Anyway, let me scroll up. I can reach it. All right, does my slope go up or down from left to right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -6 over 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta simplify that one, don't I? They do anyway. He don't care. I ain't scared none of them. That's -3 over 2. I mean, you can't be a bobcat unless you bash the Cardinals at least once in your life, right? Okay. So I ain't scared. He still loves me. All right. So my B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. +7 on the y-axis. Y'all agree? So there's my simplified M. There's my B. Y equals what? So can y'all write the equation of a line from a graph? Yeah. Rise over run for your slope, y-intercept for your B. Y'all are geniuses. Y'all feel like it? I had some tries. Blah, blah, blah. I think I want to stop for the day. Yeah. We're not going to cover everything on that practice. We'll pick up the rest tomorrow because I don't think tomorrow's is as bad. Uh-huh. No, stop. Stop. I'm recording. Be nice. All right, so I am going to stop for a day and let y'all practice. It's Monday. Have a good day. Go to here.